We meet challenges to our beliefs every day, but having a daily devotional helps one keep the faith and stay on course. Now imagine if we have a daily devotional to keep our Pinoy pride burning every day. Well, there's actually one out already, featuring people, things, events, and other things that remind us to be proud of being Filipino. Now, this book is the work of an organization called Filipino Matters, believing that nation building can be done through national pride, dignity, and social responsibility.
And here to tell us more about their book and their advocacy, we are joined by volunteers from Filipino Matters. First up is singer na rin pala, my former teacher, Julie Tanyada, Dale David, and Miss Edna Ko. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. And first, tell us about the group, Filipino Matters. How did you guys get together and put together Filipino Matters?
So I guess I have to share a story first on how it started.
Okay.
Back in year 2000, when I was still staying in Boston, it was Christmas season at the time, and I was invited in a party.
Okay.
And of course, most of the guests were foreigners, and I was looking for a Filipino because I wanted to speak in Tagalog already.
Okay.
And then I saw this guy. He looked like a Filipino, so I approached him, and then I asked, just for formality's sake, because most of the time, you know if he's a Filipino or not. Right?
Yeah.
So I said, "Hey, pare, are you Filipino?" And then he just looked at me, and then he said, "No, I'm not." So I was shocked, but later on that night, I was asking some Filipinos in the room. They told me that he was in fact a Pinoy.
Okay.
So it started from there.
Okay.
I had a hard time sleeping that night. I was thinking about it. I was like, how come there like a Filipino like that who would, deny,
be ashamed
of being a Filipino? And I was wondering if there's more Filipinos who thinks the same way. And so it started that way, and I was going back here. I was talking to Miss Julie. They're my professors, Dr. Chris.
And they have the age bracket.
He's my professor in UP.
Okay.
So I threw that question, and they were saying maybe, sometimes we deny something if we're not proud of it.
Okay.
So what are the things that we can be proud of? It started that way, and we started contributing articles, and then we planned to make it a book, and we called it the Filipino Pride Book Project. The project, it started with a project, and then we just created the group after that.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But there are a lot of people in the academe who are part of it. Is that how you tapped your professors, or did they come to you? How did you all get together?
It's basically my friends and my network. So there's also a friend who also teaches at UANP, but the others, they're from a private institution, and the other ones from government. So it's a mix of everything.
But basically, it started as a project among friends, and among friends who believe that we can work together on a common thing, a common project.
Yes. But what's interesting is your group has not been known to be, before, like, Miss Julie, you're from marketing, okay? So it totally came as a surprise to me.
Fields, isn't it?
Different fields. It's not like it's been your passion ever since. So parang something woke up, sabay-sabay. What was your experience like when you were, invited to join the group and talk, write about
actually, in LaSalle, I've introduced a course called Social Marketing.
Oh, there is now.
So
okay.
yeah, so an elective.
Hindi ko naabutan.
Hindi mo na inabutan.
Too old for that.
But then it's not, and it's good that you're able to touch students, but then you want to do something on a parang larger scale. So when Dale and Edna and everyone else during coffee talks, we decided to put this project. I saw myself getting involved in it. Okay, as a teacher, it allows you, as a teacher, you're allowed to have a lot of medyo free time. So you can actually devote that time to become more productive and to do something really good. The book is really just a group of friends who we want to prove that even ordinary citizens can do something for their country, because I've seen that personal growth is always detached from nation building, which should not be the case. Kasi even on your own, you can do something for your country. Like, just speak good about your country. Like, tell them the positive things. Because how will you love your country if all you hear about it is like murder or disaster
traffic.
or traffic, which is the #1 complaint. So it's better if you talk to people, you talk to them about positive things, and that's what the book contains. It'll give you reasons on why we should be proud to be Pinoy.
Well, maybe we can look through the book a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, we see like Lea Salonga and Cory Aquino. These are obviously icons already, but maybe you can tell us some stories about people who've done other things that everyone
Right.
should
And you
know
have 8
about.
categories, right? It's not just
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, there's science, there's history, literature. There's a lot of stuff in there.
And Miss Edna, what I noticed when I started leafing through the book, it's short. You know, it's 1-pagers. And is it something that you guys intended to do? But it's just short reflections and it's nuggets of
Parang
info.
meditative siya, di ba?
We were exactly. When we were conceptualizing this project, we thought it should be something very concise, very readable. Any ordinary Filipino would like to read. As you said, it's a meditation piece. So for a day, you can read it in a minute or a half. Minute and a half, and that's it. And there's something implanted there.
It's like
so
in
it
your
should be,
subconscious.
Right,
it's
yeah.
there in your subconscious. So it doesn't have to be very lengthy, very academic. It should really be very brief and very concise.
Okay. And they actually had a book tour most recently, isn't it?
Right.
So maybe you can tell us about that.
Actually, Dale was the one who went through all the cities or provinces in the whole of Luzon. We started from Subic and we ended in Bicol, and we went all the way from like Baguio and Ilocos, Cagayan, then also going medyo Kamsur area, there. So
And the reception was very great.
Correct.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we went to different schools and we.
So more the schools.
Yes, it was all schools. We went to colleges and universities in the provinces. We gave them free copies of the book, and we also talked to them about building national pride.
And this was all sponsored because this is not a money initiative, isn't it?
We actually had to shell out our own money.
Wow.
The only sponsor we got was our car.
Gas?
No, not even gas. So
Wow.
Toyota lent us their Innova because they believed in our cause. But that was the only thing we got. Everything else we had to.
Yeah, we
So
had to-
non-profit na,
Yes.
medyo abonado pa.
As you can see, if you look at the book, there are so many blurbs that these are endorsements that come from people you know very well, and to us these are acts of generosity as well. People took a look at the manuscript and they said this is a good thing
in the
to
back,
put out,
here it is.
and we had asked them
the
to
front.
lend their names. So in a way, people who have money, who have prestige, who have fame, have also contributed to endorsing the book. And I think that's part of the contributions of
That's right.
corporations.
Even in the back, you have nice words from Manny Pangilinan of PLDT, from Governor Padaka also.
Yes.
And one thing interesting, aside from it being short, what I noticed is you talk about the hero, the event, or the place, no? And then at the bottom it has a tag here that says Pinoy, proud Pinoy.
Yeah.
What's this bottom part? How can you explain what this is? Is it like the reflection part?
The first part, it's more of being objective, the story about it, the facts.
Right.
But on the bottom, it tells you why you should be proud about that certain article that you just read. So parang it's more subjective already.
All right.
TJ, what we also want to say about the book is it's not just telling about great deeds by very great Filipinos, but also that acts and accomplishments of Filipinos are actually benchmarked globally, that we can be outstanding even internationally. And this is why accomplishments of like you have Lea Salonga, you have Manny Pacquiao, you have the scientists who discovered the sleeping fish.
Right.
And to us,
Body
these are
Comandante.
remarkable accomplishments. These are not just Pinoy that should remain here in the Philippines, but they should be projected
globally.
and amplified globally. And we should be proud. We benchmark with the rest of the world.
All right, before we go, last question. Tell us about the symbolisms of the cover. These are not Minoy's glasses, right?
They look like
They look like, but
They
there's
look
one
like.
lens is cracked,
Yeah.
and at the bottom of the page it says "Taas noo kahit kanino," and that was the title of your song. Am I correct? Or that was what the song was saying?
Yes, actually that's the entire message of the song. Why we should be proud, and that as Filipinos we should be proud to everyone else or to anyone else.
It has to start here,
Yes.
though. That's a really good message.
Yeah, the cover, it's actually a blackboard, as you see.
Right.
And so it's written there. And then the glasses are broken, or one part of the glass is broken, because that's how we look at Filipino pride right now.
Tainted.
It's tainted. It still needs to be completed. Everyone is part of nation building, of completing the journey of contributing something to build Filipino pride. So we feel that this is how, or as a group, we felt this is how we look at Filipino pride right now. And we hope through our book and through our other efforts at Filipino Matters, we'll be able to help in building Filipino pride.
Right. And lastly, reminders, it's free to download
Yes.
on the website as
Yes.
a PDF.
Just
They
go
can print it
to
out they want. But for those
www.
in the U.S., they can also give it as gifts. They can buy it on
Sure.
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com.
Right.
And
the
what's your
proceeds from-
website? Sorry about that.
Yeah, the website is www.filipinomatters.org.
There you go.
So
Okay.
they can just go there and download
And from
the
there,
book
they
for
can
free.
contact you if they want to help you out in
That's
the
right.
other volumes.
That's
For those
right.
who want to volunteer to write.
Right.
Okay.
We're also available at Facebook, so
Oh,
you can
wow.
add us there.
All right.
All right.
So-
Friend me later.
Yeah.
Find each other. So congratulations once
Thank
again.
you so much.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much
Much
for
needed.
having us
Good
here.
job.
Thank
And what
you.
a nice way to end the Friday.
Thank you.
Best of luck. All right, we'll have more news after the break. Stick around. This is Mornings at ANC.